All right, welcome to Eco 320, the pre-semester. I made a video this morning, but I didn't have the audio settings right. OBS is not always the easiest tool, even if it is an excellent tool overall. So, I'm Professor Rick. Here's where we are. It's December 28th, 2020. We are about to start the winter intersession. I think it starts officially January 2nd, but regardless, Blackboard is open as of this morning, so you might as well start getting into the class so that you can spread this load across at least a few extra days. This is a full semester's class crammed into 2 weeks, which basically means SUNY's expecting you to work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, I think. Something like that. An enormous amount of work. Basically 150 hours over 2 weeks. So getting started soon is ideal. Now, unfortunately, it is, of course, 2020, which means that you and I both are burnt out after an intense fall semester. But also, this class is due for some revamping. I'm going to go through and adjust some stuff. I'm going to add some new videos. I'm setting up for my welcome to the class video that I'm going to record soon. So the stuff that's in here is going to change. Now, how much is it going to change? Not so much that if you were to bizarrely just go through this entire course right now, you wouldn't be doing yourself a disservice, right? It's not like 2 plus 2 is no longer 4. The sorts of changes we're doing are largely what's the word I'm looking for? Superficial, right? We're going to be changing some order for some things. I am going to be adding some new content. I'm going to be shifting what I emphasize. So there is going to be some stuff I'm pulling out and some stuff that I'm adding. But I'm going to be working on that this week during our pre-semester. In a perfect world, I would have done it back in October or November, but just didn't have time. So here we are, making the best we can in a world of scarcity, such as life for an economist. Now, the most important thing you can do right now is to get a copy of the book, 6 Degrees, The Science of a Connected Age by Duncan Watts. This was published in 2004, so you should be able to find a used copy pretty cheap. Now, what I like about this book, and the reason I'm using such an old book, is that it's getting into the general logic of networks. It's timeless knowledge. It's not stuff that's going to be irrelevant immediately afterwards. Right? 2004, TikTok didn't exist. I don't think Twitter existed in 2004. Facebook was just starting. So this is an old book, but it's still useful. It's still valuable because it's emphasizing those timeless truths. And that's going to be a big part of what we're getting at here. But this video isn't about that. This video is about how to manage the pre-semester. What do you do to get on top of things? So starting with the book, order that as soon as you get it, start reading, take notes, keep a post-it note nearby so you can mark off interesting pages, ask questions about the stuff. Now, throughout our intercession, I hope that you will continually ask questions at all times of day and night. And the way to do that I think is most convenient is the Discord server I set up for this purpose. So if you click this link in the sidebar, this will take you to Discord. It's going to open up a new tab. And in my case, I've got the app on my computer. So it's going to load up the app. Maybe I'm going into a different place. Is this right? Yeah, here I am. So Discord is a service for chatting. and we've got stuff set up for this class. So there's a channel here to ask questions related to the material, but there's also off topic. You can interact with your classmates. You can set up study sessions. So take advantage of all of that. And then another tool we're going to use is the class blog, which is on WordPress, which is a place where I can kind of easily add updates. You can tag posts 320. You can ask questions here. You can share things you found on the internet that were useful. You can just paste in a YouTube URL and it'll automatically embed. This is sort of a nice way to interact asynchronously. And both of these are sort of unofficial, informal ways to interact. But I think that they're easier, and I think it gives us a little bit closer to that in-person experience where we're able to convey a lot of information quickly. So the class is on Blackboard. So your version is going to look a little bit different than mine. I guess I had that over here. So start here. I've got to clean this stuff up. I'm cleaning up the course information. I'm going to have to update the syllabus this week, including the course outline. But the basic expectations of the sort of work you're going to be doing and the class policies, that stuff's all going to stay the same. So you can look at that old version and you'll be fine. And I'll update you when the class officially starts. We will have the proper syllabus by then. Like I said, you can join the class blog. For this, you're going to have a WordPress account. This is a closed system that's only accessible to people who have been invited, which is me and my students. In both cases, you can kind of think of it like the space outside of my office in the hallway on campus, but with an easier ability to share URLs. So most of the class is going to be in these learning modules, and these are going to be changing order. They're going to be getting new things. I'm going to be going through later and marking a bunch of them as old, but you can start right away on the economics review module. That is not going to change very much. I think I am going to cut back a little emphasis on supply and demand, but I can leave what's in there. That will be fine. Like I said, the order of this stuff is going to change. Some of these things we're still going to use. Last year, the last couple of years I've done this, I've done a set of synchronous lectures with the students who were in those classes. This time around, I'm going to make this entirely asynchronous. So rather than having these synchronous meetings, I'm going to be basically recording, re-recording these as video lectures as needed, and hopefully splitting them into smaller bite-sized chunks to make it a little bit easier to get them in manageable pieces. But what you can do is over the course of the week, you will see Module 2 get replaced with something that doesn't say old in it. So you can go into that when it's up. You'll see this stuff kind of shifting, but it'll become clear as you go through that the earlier modules will be ready to go within the next couple of days, and by the end of the week, all of them will be sorted out and set up. If you've got any questions, reach out. Communication is going to make this a lot easier. So the Discord is ideal, but because it goes to my phone, right? So if you have a quick question, Discord is good. If you have an official question, use email. I'll be checking my email pretty frequently during this session, or the course blog. All three of these are good places to ask questions, but I really encourage you guys to take advantage of each other also. A class is not a thing that a professor makes and gives to students. It's a thing that a professor and students make together. So I'm trying to use the tools of the internet to make it easier for us to produce this class together, make it easier to cooperate. So take advantage of those things. But what you need to do during the pre-semester, order this book, start reading it. That's sort of your safest place to go. And the more you want to get ahead, the more you want to keep an eye on stuff as I'm updating it in the learning modules. So like I said, I'll be updating all this stuff over the course of the week. So if you're ever in doubt, you say, hey, should I really be looking at this stuff, or should I hold off? Just ask me in Discord and I'll give you an update, on a case-by-case basis. So welcome to the class. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys. Good luck, and as always, if you got questions, let me know. I'll see you soon.